All right, and we will start. Who won the die roll? Could you? Yeah. And Branded Chimera won the die roll, and we start the turn by Branded Fusion. Yeah.
Okay, that's a neutral line. With this Branded Fusion, you are gonna send the Beast level 4 and the Fallen of Albads in order to add Cornfield to your end. That's usually the line that you are going for. Did you send me the deck list? I need the deck list.
I sent you the deck list both.
Okay.
Oh, oops.
Oh, he decides to not go for it. That means that he already opened it with the engine. So it's probably fishing for a Mirror Jade in that situation.
And we got an infinite impermanence on the Albion at this point. To be fair, I think
that infinite impermanence was totally wrong.
Yeah.
Now,
we do not care about this one. So
normal summon Gazelle is gonna add probably the fusion if he already has the Baphomet in hand, or he already has the Baphomet in hand in this situation. Well, now what's gonna happen? He's gonna go for the Chimera fusion play. It's gonna hurt a lot. This impermanence was totally wrong on the spot of Albion. If he doesn't have another impermanence, Droll and Lockbird. Droll and Lockbird does not do a lot in a developed game state like this, because it's only gonna avoid the search from the close. So it will still be able to special summon the sword, and he still be able to use the effect of the fusion. My man literally ripped his whole hand, so he's gonna end up with 3 cards in hand for the next turn, and the sword gets special summoned. The fusion spell gets recovered to the end by his own effect, by controlling or having in the graveyard the Chimera, the king of Phantom Beast. He's gonna probably set it for a possible Chimera play the next turn. He's gonna rip a card, and the life goes on, and he's probably gonna scoop when he draws a card. So, I meant to say ripped, by the way. Like it's
it's fine. It's fine. And he ripped a tuning. So we have 3 cards in hand left and a set Chimera fusion at this point. With 3 cards in hand, I don't think so that the deck can do that much more. So we go for the Mirror Swords Knight, special summon a Baphomet from the deck to add ourselves a lot of more resources. And we have the negate in the graveyard. We still have a Guardian Chimera access, and we have still 2 cards left in our hand, which could be hand traps. I don't think so that the as much. As I would like our ABC player to play the game, but I don't think so. He has any things to do here right now.
I mean, this is what basically does the Chimera play. Like he searches in his own turn, and he searches also in your turn using the Sword Knight. But the Sword Knight, remember, that also tributes for cost, and now the Sword Knight is also a monster negation. And we have do we have the Cornfield in the graveyard? I'm not sure if we have the Cornfield in the graveyard. That might be a conflict, but I'm sure, to be honest. And even if he has it in hand, he might probably use it as a material for the Chimera fusion in order to avoid the targeting. So there are many interruptions here in this state of the game state.
Yeah, and we just ashed this Prosperity. We have 2 cards left and a Dream, and I think that's all she wrote. And we go next. Isn't Yu-Gi-Oh fun? So, let's have a deeper look into the side decks here. The problem is our opponent. Basically, you just know he's on tuning. You don't know the rest about the deck he's playing.
Yeah, you might fairly assume that he's playing against a Synchro turbo strategy, right?
So, if I have a look at the side deck from what I can see, the brand player, I mean, I have, let's say, the monster lineup, the 4th on the right side, the 4 cards. I think this is the cards I would especially side in here. Maybe the last 3 on the right side as well. But that's probably it.
Yes, that is it. To be honest, that seems like a very strong side deck against an ABC deck, but he has to read that his opponent is on ABC. If he doesn't read that the opponent is on ABC, maybe those 4 cards are not gonna be sided. And if that happens, we might have a situation in which, you know, you are playing against, like right now used to tuning as a smoke screen, okay?
Yeah.
Because maybe the opponent is not gonna side those 4 cards, and if that happens, that means that we have possibly an edge in game 2. Then if we look at the board breakers, we do see, I mean, as any other deck in the format is playing Book of Eclipse. Book of Eclipse is very, very strong against ABC, because even if they have the ABC Buster Dragon Fusion, what do you do when your opponent is going to activate in the phase of Eclipse? Even if you chain the effect to summon, everything gets booked anyways. And then now, all of a sudden, Branded is gonna play his own too.
Yes. So we start from the ABC's perspective. We start with tuning and grab ourselves a copy of a Revolution Synchron, and
that works hella bad into Droll. Let's hope that he
wait,
doesn't
he
have Droll.
forgot to mill.
He has to mill.
He has to mill. So okay, we milled regulars. Okay, what do I have here? What do we have left? We have tuning. So we didn't saw a draw at this point. We just go for the prosperity next. Oh no. The problem with the ABC strategies, it's basically Union Hunger or bust right now. The deck, it's a 1-card combo. It's a fairly strong 1-card combo, but it's so dependent of the field spell. If you don't see the field spell, the deck is basically completely offline. I mean, you can just try to vomit something out.
There are multiple ways to get the field spell. We have terraforming, set rotation, the field spell itself. If you even get into the this Colosseum field spell, it's also fine, right? Because you can swap those using the Revolution Synchro, right? Going Ancient for Ancient Fairy Dragon. I was expecting the ABC player to play more field spells, to be honest. I was expecting him to be on multiple copies of this Colosseum and stuff like that, which is kinda, you know, intuitive for me to play more field spell in a deck that relies on Ancient Fairy Dragon, but he definitely did not take that route.
Nope. And then we normal summon B, and we go into Ancient Fairy Dragon with the Revolution Synchron from hand, which is still crazy that you can now synchro summon from hand, but hey, links do this since the dawn of time.
Okay, we can tell that this guy, from my detective perspective, is very rich.
Yes. This is what I saw as well.
my man is dropping monies right now. Holy, my brother. Sub to my channel, what the fuck? Sub to our channel, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, we saw every hand trap, ulti imperm, ulti troll, now the ulti Ancient Fairy Dragon. I think there was a Starlight regulars in the grave. This man has money. This man has definitely money at this point. So we just got, Ancient Fairy Dragon, and we have the Dragon Ravine. We pitch the Revolution Synchron from hand to mill ourselves a copy of, I assume we play, yes, we do play Destrudo. But does Destrudo accomplish anything at this point? No, there's just another mill. I mean, at this point of time, you don't need it. Or am I seeing something wrong?
I mean, it's just another way. Oh, he plays Ravine. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, bro, the deck list you sent me. Oh no, he has Ravine in the deck. I didn't see that. Okay. Yes, Ravine Destrudo. It's just a way to swap field spell, right?
Yeah, this is just Ravine. Swap the field. We go for this Colosseum.
I think I would have played more field spells. Like, I actually would have played more field spells, but that's another story.
So we go for he plays 2 regulars in Starlight, by the way.
My man, you better drop a sub after this. We better DM the guy. Okay. Ooh. Wait, what's that? Okay.
Regulars target B. B effect to special summon itself from the spell trap zone.
Yeah.
And now what? We already normal summoned?
I mean, we can still go for...
How are we summoning the A?
Extra deck. It's very simple. There is a link to that's called Platinum God.
No. He just summoned the A on the field. How?
But you already normal summon at the B before, right?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe the C. Like, did you use a C effect to summon it from the end? Or did he just... oh, well, Ancient Fairy Dragon special summons from the end at level 4.
Ah, Ancient Fairy Dragon. Okay.
And now he turns those two into Amritar. No.
No. We go for Crystal Wing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go these two into Platinum Gadget, I assume. Or IP.
Okay, I think he could have... Like, why not play Amritar and the Counter Trap in your deck? Like, at least in the side deck. Why would you not do that? I would do that 100%. I would play one Amritar, I would play one Counter Trap in my side deck, because I know that people are gonna be on Board Breakers approach, right? Post side deck, because it's the only thing that you are scared of are Board Breakers. Like, Book of Eclipse is very good against you. Dark Ruler is also very good against you. Like, maybe... why would you not play Amritara adding the counter trap? Like, I would side at least one.
Nah,
I think the space for the Amritara you're...
Let me give you a different approach. The deck is already bricky as shit, and you don't want to play another brick.
I like that. That's out. That's out. I like that.
I mean, that's the whole explanation I already got. So, and then we reborn the Destrudo, and then we use Destrudo and this C for a IP Masquerena, and then I assume we just go into ABC Dragonbuster. So this setup is so good. This is such a great setup, but it dies to a singular draw, Dark Ruler no more. This is the problem I have with this huge combo boards. So, I mean, at first glance, it seems unwinnable for our opponent.
It's not only that, he also loses to a singular Book of Eclipse, because he's left with one interruption on top.
That's true. So, okay, we... IP Mastery. This is an interaction I really love with this deck. We can take out the ABC Dragonbuster, and then we can use the IP Masquerena to make a goddess. This is one of the coolest interactions.
Broken.
You
see this?
So far.
This is broken, you know why? Because now the opponent has to watch 2 interruptions in order to avoid the Chimera to come on the board. This is huge. This play is huge. Normal summon, Sword activate, Polymerization. I'm getting a bone right now. Because if he uses ABC to banish, then he chains the Sword, and then he has to negate with the Crystal Wing, otherwise he will still get the body on the board. So he literally has to waste all of his interruption to do that, or he has to negate with Regulus the Polymerization. He does decide to go for the ABC Buster Dragon to banish. He tributes the Sword Knight, which has to be negated, I believe. This is huge.
Ich glaube das. I think the ABC Dragonbuster play was the worst play possible.
Yeah, this is the worst possible play, because like what you do here in this position, you shouldn't negate. Polymerization.
Okay. So he used ABC Dragonbuster, and then he chained the Mirror Swords Knight, and then he had to chain the Crystal Wing.
Yeah, that's the worst humanly possible move that you could make in this game state.
So what do we have left? We can still take out with the Dragonbuster. We have an IP Masquerena that's live. We have a Regulus that's live, and I don't know.
That's a 2 interruption, bro. I mean, the IP Masquerena can turn into Apollosa, right? And the Colosseum can protect the Apollosa battle. So that was an interest. Like that's a move that we could take in consideration. That's definitely something that he should have took in consideration in chain to Polymerization at least, or in chain to his effect of Crystal Wing or stuff. IP can also go into the White Lady jump scare, like the goddess, because like this deck is usually known for playing that as well. But like in my opinion, those interactions might not be enough. The branded player would be able.
And we got the Eclipse.
And we got the Eclipse now. And as I told you, I think this Eclipse actually, I would just let it resolve at this point. Like you just chain the ABC, right? And you just chain the ABC, you don't negate it, makes no sense. You just chain the ABC and everything gets booked.
Now he reguluses.
And that was, again, one of the worst moves that you could do in that position. Just waste the Regulus. You could protect your book stuff with the field spell, but you just decide to not do that.
And then on resolution, we take out the ABC. Please tell me I've called by for the ABC. Yeah. And now, with the only thing we have to be worried about...
Toby, what are you saying? He will have 3 zones after attributing for cost to the ABC.
Yeah.
So,
it doesn't matter at this point, so we just...
yeah, okay.
Wait. We are chaining... Okay. Chaining 3 was... Chaining 1 was book. Chaining 2 was regulars. Chaining... Wait.
3 IP, chaining 4 ABC.
Yeah. And we got a goddess with the... Oh. Okay, now we have nothing left to interrupt.
Yeah, now there is nothing.
Now a brand fusion for the disrespect. Just do it. I mean, we got the goddess still with her effect on field, but yeah.
I don't know why he did not start with the Book of Eclipse. I would start... Actually, no, he had the Regulus, right? You are trying to bait the Regulus.
Yeah.
No, I think I would have... I don't think I would have done that. Because there were a possibility that he was using Regulus on the polymerization. And I think you want your polymerization... I would have fired. I would have actually fired the Book of Eclipse during the draw phase. But I guess that's me. And also depends on the rest of his end. I think if the rest of this end is other combo cards, there might be the possibility that...
Okay. There is
the
the fright
No,
for
added
patchwork.
He added the patchwork with the Fingish chain. Now there is another poly play. Okay, very, very good in this position. Actually,
Codel.
it's very interesting.
Yeah, there's the cornfield. Effect in hand to search.
He's gonna search for a bear format, I believe.
I mean...
I think the bear format makes the most sense here.
Yeah. He goes for Gazelle.
He goes for Gazelle. That's... weird.
But we will still watch and learn from what we have here. So, we go for the Phantom Beast Gazelle again. Is it a once per turn effect to hand drop?
It's once per turn the effect to rip the card, yeah. You already used both the effect. He realizes that he cannot push through the board, and this ends this game. So it's like, was it good? Definitely not. I think he could have played this way better than he did. Happens. Give me just a second. Be right back.
No problem. But I mean, at least... what should we say? We will have a game 3 at least in our hands. Right now the branded strategy versus the ABC Revolution Synchron bullshit pile, whatever this is still I personally think the branded strategy is the way better one because it's bricky. I piloted ABC once. I really liked the deck at the time. Back then when I played it, it was still trap ABC. And oh god, seriously, it was no Ancient Fairy Dragon when I played it the last time. And it was so bricky. Maybe the return of Ancient Fairy Dragon fixed some of the problems of the deck, but I don't think so that it's still the call. ABC players do everything to cope about their pile. They love this deck so much. They do everything to keep it alive. So, with regulars target B effect to special summon itself from the spell trap zone. It sounds seriously good on paper, but is it enough? I don't think so. Is there no ash from, if there is no ash from the ABC, it's a GG to Despia. This is not Despia Pure. This version, branded Despia Chimera, Chimera branded, whatever you want to talk, Fusion Pile Beast thing. It does not die to Ash Blossom. This deck is not susceptible to Ash. Ghost Spell is somewhat better because you can Ghost Spell the Chimera fusion at this point. So maybe take this one. Draw does hurt the deck a little bit more than Ash Blossom. The Random fusion is oftentimes nothing else than just a bait for your ash. Okay, let's have a look. We will go into game 3 and branded Chimera will be the starting player. So, if I'll have a look in the side deck for the Chimera player, do we have something? Yeah, okay. I'll assume you just side the 3 quick spells from the left side, and maybe that's it.
I mean, now you know that your opponent is on ABC, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you side the 4 card that we mentioned before?
Yeah.
Also, funny enough, we might see also the first card on the left. Okay, we see a Brand Fusion play going into Albion. That's gonna get hit by Impermanence, which doesn't do shit again, like you just prevent a Mirror Jade, which is not the focus of his deck. But maybe in the ABC strategy, avoiding a Mirror Jade, it's all you need in order to bring back the
And
double.
we go for the Mirror Sword Knight. We wanted to trigger the effect, and it gets eaten by an Ash Blossom.
That was nice.
He learned his lesson. Ashing the Mirror Sword Knight is the perfect point to throw the Ash Blossom. And all we have is one set card and a dream.
At the opposite, as you can see, at the opposite of the branded fusion deck, in which you have to ash the branded fusion, here we went for a different approach that, in my opinion, works the best. We impermanence the monster that they summon of branded fusion, that might be an Albion, and then we ash the Mirror Knight. Why do we ash the mirror and we don't impermanence what they summon of the mirror? Because there might be a potential Chimera fusion, and the Chimera fusion would not only play around impermanence but would punish our opponent.
And we go for normal sum A, which will get eaten by a Book of Moon.
Okay, so it's gonna be normal summon A, Chelling 1 field spell, Chelling 2 a Book of Moon. The field spell will not be able to resolve a keeping from the deck. And this might be a pass, to be honest.
Yeah,
this
most of the
might
time.
actually be a pass.
Yeah, ABC is pretty, the strategy is pretty weak on the
We
normal
do
sum.
see a pass, indeed we do see a pass right here. And from now on, let's go into a patchwork. Now, if you are someone who has a second ash in the end, I would probably decide to use the ash on this patchwork, because this patchwork is gonna be the game's ceiling card. It's gonna be super huge. Yes, I do agree with you.
So we go for the infinite impermanence. We use the Albion. We use the Fright for we use the Giant, and we got the new fusion monster, Magnum the Reliever.
Now, Magnum the Reliever has a nice effect. The first one, you can shuffle back a fusion or polymerization spell from your graveyard into the deck. The bottom of the, you can put it on the bottom of your deck to draw one card. And the second one, enchain to an effect that your opponent activates, or enchain to an effect that is activated even by you actually. You can banish a fusion or polymerization card from your graveyard in order to pop a card on the board. Now, this is a huge card in my opinion. It only requires a special summoned monster on the board with any monster in your hand. It's actually a very huge addition to every fusion strategy.
Yes. And we just shuffled back the Brand Fusion from the graveyard.
We put it on the bottom and we draw one card. Very huge effect in my opinion.
Yeah, keeping the Brand Fusion in rotation is...
It's an interruption and also helps you to
nice.
unbreak some situations. We have an Albion in the graveyard. This Albion possibly is not gonna set like something huge, but...
And we go into battle, contest the B. I don't think so.
I
don't
don't think this was good. I don't think this was good.
Yeah, same, because now he gets a free search of the B. Because when a B Buster Dragon hits the graveyard, he is allowed to search another part of his ABC strategy from his deck to his hand. And we are going for a C Crush Wyvern, and we are going to set 2 cards and pass the turn. I assume one of these will be Chimera Fusion, I guess. And maybe we can do this. So we have a pop live on Magnum the Reliever. Depends on it. If we have Chimera Fusion set there, so we can go into a Guardian Chimera play and disrupt our opponent, maybe. Yeah, let's have a look. But I think at this game state, when we have a better look, I don't think so. ABC has an easy time, because they are so susceptible to their normal summon at this point.
Maybe as another book.
Yeah, this would be just game. We need a bot breaker. Or further does on. Yeah, normal summon C. What is going to happen now? I don't think so. Yeah. The problem is, if we pop the C now, we can trigger the C and special summon another name from our hand. Because the effect of C is, if this card hits the graveyard, we can special summon a name from our hand. Now the question is, do we have another name?
This is hard, to be honest. This is gonna end up to be a very complicated situation. Like,
Yep.
it's very intricate situation, to be honest. It's not as easy.
But we have an unauthorized activation or reactivation. Forgot the name of this card in specific. We are going to equip an A from the deck to our C, which makes our C immune to monster effects. Because all our ABC monsters have effects when they're equipped to spell traps monsters, and A has the effect if it's equipped to a monster, it is unaffected by monster effects. So we could keep our C here in rotation, which is nice so far. And then we are going to resolve our field spell, which gives us the brick, which allows us to tag itself out for another name from the deck, and then we can special summon it from the spell trap zone, and then we are somewhat in our combo. Now the next question is, do we have a Guardian Chimera play next?
This is super intricate. Like, it's not like, I do think that right now the upper end is on the side of the ABC player.
Yes.
I don't think, like, if he doesn't mess up, it's gonna be super hard for the branded deck list to turn off this situation. Like, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy.
And we got a Revolution Synchron in hand as well, which means we just go for Black Rose Dragon.
That was huge. Holy
Oh
shit.
god.
Oh god, have mercy.
Yeah, we will.
He did not see that.
No.
No one saw this happening. But this is actually happening. My man right now is shaking. He's struggling. He's crying. We see all the emotion during this tournament that Nivska is playing. We see people shaking by despair, because this Black Rose Dragon, that's what is bringing on board. Despair, pure despair, my brothers and sisters, pure emotions. This field is gonna get cleaned up.
Yes.
There is nothing my man can do.
A blast from the past. Black Rose Dragon, a former staple in the format, sees play again, and now we are. Wait, we are not triggering. We are not triggering the Black Rose. No.
There is no way.
Yeah,
What do you
okay,
mean?
yeah, so. Okay, we triggered. We just resolved an A. No. Something. Wait, what was just reborn play? I don't get it. We triggered the C to special from hand, I assume.
Yeah.
And then we got the B in rotation, then we will resolve. We have all 3 names now. Oh god, this is such a disgusting game state. By the way, we had a bluff set. There was a branded fusion set on the Chimera side.
Okay, so Branded Fusion was not used, which leads me to believe that he only plays 1 Albat. Because he had the chance to use Branded Fusion the last turn, right?
The chat says blended, wait, not an ulti Black Rose, lame. Yeah, I expected more. I expected more from this player.
Now we see that the Branded Fusion player field looks even darker. You see, like, he's in the space. The color match the emotion.
But
Look
we
at this
got
guy,
a
like, he's fading away.
Magnamooch!
Ooh, that's huge. That's huge. we have to eat the one card that there is no copy of that card. We have to eat the card that has no copy.
We eat the C. We eat the C.
Okay. If there are no more C in the graveyard, this is gonna be huge. And please, can someone light like something in the room of the branded player, because like I cannot see shit, and I wear glasses. And when someone who wears glasses cannot see shit, there is an issue.
So, okay, and we are going to pass turn on A! Assault! Oh, Buster, pass! And we... Oh Christ. This branded Chimera player just made the thing. He survived! He completely survived this turn. I thought the ABC player is going to take this now. Okay, and now we resolve the next threat for a patchwork. Grabbing us another copy of Edge in Chain and Polymerization at this point.
Bro, I really cannot see shit at this point. 1 second. My brother...
Yeah, give me a second. I'ma talk to the judge. We have a judge, of course, in this table.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Are we playing till the end? And he's going for...
And now we go for a Guardian Chimera play at this point, which allows us with one monster on the field to pop a card from our opponent and draw 2 cards, and we use a Fenrir from hand. So, what do you think about the inclusion of Fenrir in this
I
deck
think
list?
that Fenrir is probably one of the best board breaker cards. It's basically the cards. Holy shit, what's happening?
I told to my judge to tell him he should put on a light.
Yeah, everything changed now, bro. Oh, finally! What's happening? I see the light!
Yeah, so? Okay. Okay.
I see light.
Yes, we can see shit now. Okay.
Fine.
We have, yes, the branded player is in, he's playing subpar right now. He's playing his best Yu-Gi-Oh! Of his life, one could guess. So, we were talking about the Fenrir in the deck list.
Yeah, so Fenrir is, in my opinion, the card that replaced in most of the decklist Pancratops, right? Because when Pancratops was at 3, everyone was on Pancratops. But now Fenrir has an additional value because it's even stronger going first as an interruption. So I do believe that Fenrir actually has some points to be played, because it's like it puts a threat on the board by just committing the body, adds a second copy of itself. This card is basically amazing. Especially in close game states. Like if he had the ability, the possibility to normal summon a Fenrir or to special summon it, I would have done it. Because Fenrir in those games close games that shines at his best.
Yeah. In a simplified game state, a Fenrir alone could be the card that wins you the game on its own.
Yes.
So
yes, he usually wins the game in a simplified game state.
Exactly. So the ABC player has no response, it seems like. Yeah, we just we just set one and pass the turn. Oh my god. Yeah, this...
Okay, now let's move on Detective Nash for a second. So we see some scratches on the end of the branded player, which means that he owns a cat. I can tell you that's a cat scratch right there. So he's a cat lover. I can guarantee you that. And there is also another thing that makes me think that he's a cat lover, is the fact that he is also playing the Sleeve Chief! Naruto Sleeve.
Yes, this Sleeve Chief he's currently using for his extra deck can be purchased by Sleeve Chief if you wanna save some bucks. And say thank you, Sleeve Chief, for sponsoring this event. Here you got some links. Check out our sponsor for this event, Sleeve Chief, with the code Nivska15 or Goo5. You can save some bucks when you get your sick ass Naruto sleeves. So, We just went into the battle phase. We hit with the guarding chimera over the B, and then we triggered the B. Our opponent just got himself a copy of C2. Then we just set another card, and I assume we just passed the turn here. Yeah. Okay. We are in a pretty simplified game state. I don't know what the set cards could be. It could be bluffs, it could be branded Chimera fusions, but I think if there are Chimera fusions, we would have resolved them a long time ago. And oh my god! Yeah, okay, we are just looking at each other pretty aggressively, and that's it. The only thing we hope. This is
my main issue right now is the fact that he used the ferry, right, to make a chimera.
Yeah.
Which leads me to think that he had no other monster in hand, right? Because a ferry, as we spoke about in a simplified game state, brings you to win. Holy. Okay, so Druids again.
Yeah, fishing out the sea, so we don't have ABC Dragon Buster access.
Yeah, that's a very good play. I like that. Prosperity.
But this is still bad. We just could have normal summon the sea and then banish it from the normal summon.
I remember the guy has Ash, by the way. Yeah, the guy has Ash because I saw it in his hand before. So the Prosperity gets Ashed.
Yeah, why didn't he normal sea and then banish it from field? You can still banish it face down,
yes.
even if he would have booked it.
Yes, you can do it. Yes.
Strange. Yeah, and there is the cornfield. We are going to add us another copy of Mirror
seal the game right now.
Yeah. Another negation. Number summon the Mirror Swords Knight. Effect, take it out for a Baphomet. Grab the Chimera Fusion, and then we got everything we want and more. Yeah, and this is a set Droll and Lockbird, and oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, and this is all she wrote. We got a clean 2-1 for a branded Chimera in the 5th round of the TCG Online Championship here.